Hi, Louisa and Dino. Thank you so much for coming today. Aiden is looking very peaceful. Perfect timing for us to have a quiet chat about his feeding assessment. After assessing Aiden's feeding, we've come to understand that he is experiencing some feeding difficulties. Specifically, he tends to gag on lumpy textures, spit out the finger foods, and also has inconsistent control when drinking from his sippy cup. This makes sense given his premature birth and some of the early feeding challenges he faced. I know you've been concerned about him not eating the same food as other children in your mother's group, but I'd like to assure you these concerns are pretty normal. You don't need to worry about that. Aiden demonstrates age-appropriate bottle feeding skills, and the study indicate that the children will start consuming the textured food between 7 to 20 months old, and Aiden's corrected age is 7 months and 28 days. It's just at the beginning of this period. And Aiden also have a lot of strengths that are really going to help him. He fits well with small purees and the bottles, and he seems to really enjoy the meal times, which is a great starting point. However, we do need to support him in managing the lumpier textures and improving his oral motor skills, especially when chewing and swallowing more complex foods. And we will also focus on making sure his posture is more stable during meal times to help with this. And our goal is that within next 12 months, Aiden will be able to eat at least 3 different age-appropriate textures without gagging and spitting in the majority of his meal times. To achieve this, we will focus on 3 key strategies. First, we want to increase Aiden's mealtime exploration. It's important that Aiden feels comfortable interacting with foods, and we will encourage him to touch, play with, and explore different textures. It's very natural to feel anxious when Aiden gags, but he can pick up on those feelings, so a more relaxed atmosphere during meal times will help him feel less anxious about new foods and more confident in trying them. Second, we will work on encouraging self-feeding. Aiden can start by holding spoon and food himself. Even if he is not fully feeding himself yet, this will give him more control over the process and help build his independence. Finally, the positioning is key. We want to make sure Aiden is seated properly during meal times, ideally in a high chair with the foot and trunk support. This will give him the stability he needs to focus on eating. Okay, now I'd like to demonstrate one of the strategies we are going to use. You will start by placing a small amount of food on his tray, something he is already comfortable with, like the small puree. Let him touch it, squish it, and play with it. Over time, you will introduce the lumpier foods, and as he gets used to them, he will be more likely to try eating them without gagging. At first, it might be messy, but that's okay. You can encourage him to use spoon, and even if he doesn't fully feeding himself. Does that all make sense so far? Please feel free to ask any questions. I just want to make sure you feel comfortable and confident in trying them at home.